What's up, guys? I am Lee and I'm here with Mags.
Hello.
And Mags is going to help us, he's going to demonstrate a back full, and we're going to go through kind of a tutorial, a couple progressions, and really most importantly, the mindset for training and developing these skills and techniques. So we're going to start with just a demonstration of the back full. Are you ready for that? Yes. Okay. So Mags is going to demonstrate the back full really quick. So real quick, we'll go through some of the technical details, okay? But number one, I want to say again that it takes a mindset, right?
Yes.
To get that?
Yeah, it took me a minute to get that.
Yep. What would you say is the number one thing in terms of mindset that you have to have in order to be able to have that kind of skill on demand?
I'd say just like, I've done it once, I can do it again, you know? Like, or if I can't say that because there's people watching this that have never done it. So I'd say the progression part, because I just didn't do it on the floor overnight. You know, I was doing it on the trampoline for a minute. I learned Arabians first. I'd like the back tuck first. Like, so it's just.
So if you boiled it down, bottom line, would you say then that it's the progressions and the consistency?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. All right, so that's a big one. All right. One of the main keys is consistency, and matter of fact, another one is focus. And we just did a workshop here today, and one of the things that I see is that there's a lot of energy spent in a lot of different directions that are not streamlined with focus, right? Like if you think about a laser, okay? A laser has a lot of energy, and you focus it in one direction, and it can cut a diamond. But it's got to have focus. So the focus and consistency. But we're going to go through some of the technical pieces of how to twist. Now, I break it down very, very systematically, and we take our time running through the progressions. And so, as Mags mentioned, you mentioned one flip that you learned was the Arabian first. Okay? So whenever we go into twisting, there's a couple different shapes that we're going to be hitting. So whether you're tumbling or you're standing and doing your standing flip, you're going to pass through a couple shapes. Number one is a hollow position from here. Like I said, if you're jumping or tumbling. The second one is going to be an arched position. That would be your set where you're going up into the air. And then to initiate any kind of flip, you have to go through another tuck or hollow or something where you're snapping this direction. And so on a twisting flip, like Mags is doing, he's going to go and pass through those positions. And in order to generate the twist, the way that I teach it first and break it down first is learning an Arabian. And so that's going to be a standing flip with a half turn and a front flip ending. Okay, so would you demonstrate one of those? That's all right. So the idea is jumping up, turning, and then initiating the flip. You want to have hip drive going up over your head. So you want to do another one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So then, as you learn how to do your flips, what we want to do is make sure that we're thinking about it systematically. We're going through the progressions, and we're adding a little bit of twisting piece by piece. And there's a lot of different ways to teach twisting as well. There's trampoline. There's working into a pit. There's adding, small fractions of a rotation. Well, what we're going to do is go through an Arabian roll over the block, and what you'll see is, as he demonstrates, is the jump first, then the turn, and then the roll over. Up, over, okay? So that would be a really easy way of learning how to get the hip drive to go up and over your own head, and then adding that with the twist. So then the next progression would be just adding the half turn coming down or going over the shoulder. So whichever one you wanted to demonstrate for that one. Okay, so that's one way of doing it, is right over the top, and you can see that you can just chunk it together piece by piece by piece until eventually you'll be able to do a back full without really touching the block. It'll just smoothly go all the way over. All right, so we'll do another one, which is going over the shoulder. So that's another one that you can use. Here's what happens, okay? These are a couple of the pieces that people end up doing that keep them from twisting. Number one, they'll go for their back flip and they'll keep their head back. And this is a kind of a habit that I see a lot whenever people are learning tumbling. And they've got a nice set, they've got a nice layout, and then they're kind of taught to add, little fractions of a rotation at a time. That can work for some. Sometimes it doesn't work, because if there's a fear of going with the twist at all, then you're gonna look back and you're gonna keep your eyes on the ground, and that'll keep you from twisting, okay? And you'll stay in an arched position where, in order to generate the force, you have to go through arch and then back to hollow. You have to snap through using your core. And so that's why I teach going over with the Arabian. It allows you to get into the position of engaging your core again, all right, which is forgotten. If you're up here twisting like this in an arch position, it just won't work, right? The other thing that'll happen too is twisting early, okay? So twisting straight off the floor. Have you ever seen that before?
I've done that before.
You've done that before?
I have videos of me doing that before I was first learning. I think I was doing like the full. Instead of setting up here, I was just rocking my shoulder immediately, and like that opening up happened here.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like the twisting early.
Yeah, so that's problem number 2. So it'll be twisting late and keeping your head back and not being able to get all the way around, or twisting early and you're twisting straight off the ground into your bent knees like this, or you throw your head over this way and you just go into the twist way too soon. And then what happens when you throw your head backwards? Well, you're actually throwing it down, and so that's going to cut your height off by a couple of feet. So it'll make the twisting even harder.
No set there.
Yeah, there's no set. So those are the 2 problems to make sure that you avoid, and then and really just using the progressions that work for you, figuring out your uniqueness in terms of how you move. Everybody's different, and then making sure that you have that mindset of consistency and focus, and then also execution, and not letting roadblocks get you away from achieving the skill that you want. All right, we've got a bunch of other videos, art, size, and body weight, strength, and skill. We've got student training reels. Mags is on there too.
Yeah, go check it out.
And so go check out some other videos that we publish. We publish on a daily basis, and I'll see you guys over there.